was probably like, you know what? I think I think this is really contrite. He's really sorry.
I hope I don't know anybody that said that.
I don't either, but I'm just
fucking punch him.
I'm just trying to see just trying to get a good idea what the other side might have said to that. But that's extremely hypocritical, man. Just like
I hope he goes and joins Joe Biden because I'll get him out of California, dude.
And they say he might be Secretary of Transportation or something like that. Gavin Newsom.
Secretary of Mask Mandates. He's going to do the national mask mandate for our better angels. They call him Governor Yoga Pants on the radio.
Affirmative Reaction Podcast.
So I made it through on the Larry Elder show the other day.
Really?
I did. I had some thoughts I wanted to share about the election.
You're going to have to share that on Twitter or something.
I might. I don't know. But anyway, share some thoughts about the election. Share some thoughts about this race narrative. I think this race narrative is. Which
one? There's plenty of them.
I guess the black white thing. You know, I'm a black, so that's where I'm coming from with it. You
mean as far as who elects who or whatever?
No, just the whole racism narrative. White people are still inherently racist. All of the government in America is still racist. Everything is out for to get black people. They've been doing this for 400 years. You know what I'm talking about, man. That race narrative, the black-white thing. America is racist. White people are racist.
It was founded on racism.
I'm completely on the other side of it because it's hard not to be when the other side is almost jamming that down your throat at almost any moment, any chance they get, they try to jam it down your throat. Cori Bush was just elected to Congress from Missouri, from St. Louis. She's a BLM activist. Got into it after the whole Michael Brown Ferguson thing.
And how many years ago was that now?
2014, 15.
God, really?
Yeah.
I can't keep up with all these things.
And so
we need like a whiteboard with
a whiteboard.
Shootings.
Why,
maybe a blackboard.
Why gotta be a whiteboard? And then what we're gonna do? We're gonna use the black ink to
I hate black piano keys. I hate my gums because they black.
I hate the back of my neck. I hate Whoopi Goldberg's lips.
Worse of all, I hate that black ass Wesley Snipes.
But no, Cori Bush started her first day in Congress, and she's wearing a Breonna Taylor mask, and apparently she says, according to this St. Louis NBC affiliate, the headline: Cori Bush says Republican colleagues called her Breonna while wearing Breonna Taylor face mask. I'm like, okay. I feel like one of those race cars didn't quite land.
Well, first of all, she's fucking brand new, apparently.
Super brand new.
Secondly, a lot of those, whoever called her that, are probably old-ass men that don't know the difference any goddamn way, that see a name, they're going to say that. I wish she had video evidence of, like, walking by.
That's what I said. I said, what Republican colleague? Because if you just look at the temperament of these politicians nowadays, they're not afraid to call out their colleagues. You know, could you imagine if that was like AOC? AOC would have been like, Mitch McConnell called me out of my name. So what's Republican colleague? And again, this is only because I've been in tune to Black Lives Matter for a good little deal now. This is just part of that tactic of their rhetoric. Oh, some Republican called me Breonna Taylor. and we all know Breonna Taylor. What happened with Breonna Taylor? And it's a hashtag say her name. And she goes on to say,
well, hell, I mean, they said her name. Is that what you not want?
So Cori Bush says, a few of my Republican colleagues have called me Breonna, assuming that's my name. It hurts, but I'm glad they'll come to know her name and story because of my presence here.
Well, you did your job.
All right, for real. Her term is done.
Marco Rubio called me Breonna Taylor.
So yeah, it's just some more of that. Man.
Who?
I'm like, come on now, leave it alone. Then that leads me to Barack Obama. Former President Barack Obama is playing some race cards. He got a new book coming out, his memoir, Part 1, Promised Land. And in the excerpt, I seen a clip of an interview he was doing for 60 Minutes or whatever. And he says, Donald Trump is was a racist backlash to his presidency. And he also says that most of the blocking he got from anything he tried to do while in office from Republicans was a sign of racism.
So what about all the other candidates that were going for the Republican nomination in 2016? And if they would have won, would it still be a racist backlash?
Of course.
Oh.
Of course. It's funny.
If Jeb Bush would have won, for instance, would that have been a racist backlash?
It's funny thing, Barack Obama, and it's an observation I feel like I've seen over the years with fellas like Barack Obama. So Barack Obama is a half and half. He's a half and half. His daddy is from Africa. His mom is white. And with these half and halves, who are usually the lighter skinned guys, the light skinned guys, they have to search for their black identity. They have to search for blackness, especially if they're a half and half. And in some of Barack's earlier talks, some of his earlier books, he's telling you that he's trying to reconcile his family with the past of that black half, because the other half of his family,
you read it,
is white. I haven't read the first book, which is like, I think it's called Words from My Father or Words for My Father.
I listened to one of them. It wasn't that one.
But I read some of that. I heard some of it. And this new one, it just came out. I'm pretty interested to see what he has to say in it. But like I'm saying, I've met tons of halves and halves who are the most pro-black people you will ever meet in your life. And like I said, Barack is patient zero. Another patient zero is Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick is a full-blown half and half.
Oh, I just thought of another one.
And
yeah, I think
you see him, he got the afro now. He's kneeling because of all this blackness stuff, black plight, black problems, black disparities. Like, these guys have to search for their blackness. Who else? Who
you know who I'm talking about? That Twitter guy.
What? Oh, he's not even a half and half.
He say he is.
No, you talk about Shaun King.
Yeah.
Shaun King is not a half and half. He's a whole white.
He said he's
Shaun King is a whole white.
He's black.
He is not. He is not a whole white, but you think he is. Eminem is more black than him. But again, whether he is a half and half, you see, he's probably one of the most he probably more pro-black than shoot. I don't know. I can't even think of like like a Ta-Nehisi Coates or something like that. And he one of Black Lives Matter biggest voices. But do you ever see him down there at them protests? You ever see him down there in them riots? What'd you see? You see him just posting, retweeting. you see him retweeting. I don't want to necessarily just say Shaun King is just like
I don't think I've ever seen him in public.
But it's something about Shaun King I just can't get jiggy with. I'm like, come on now, dude. And I see so many of my black brothers and sisters, they'll share something that Shaun King said and be like, oh, yeah, they got the black fist up. I'm like, it's a white man. And according to y'all logic, y'all don't trust white people.
Somebody online called him Talcum X. I couldn't believe that.
That's great, Talcum X.
Damn.
But nah, it's these race cards that we play, and it's almost getting to a point to where it's like, I listened to Megyn Kelly's podcast, and she had these two gentlemen on there. One is a fella I look up to, Glenn Lowry, and he's an older fella, and a younger guy named Coleman Hughes. And what she was saying, she was like, I've been called, racist, all kinds of stuff. And so I'm not scared to share my thoughts or my views on racism. You know what I mean? I'm not scared to actually say, no, I'm not a racist. So you calling me a racist isn't going to do anything. But she was saying a lot of white people are scared to even be like, no, you crazy. Like, why would you even say something like that? They just nod their head and just be like, okay, yeah, I agree. White people messed up. And I feel like we know that. Black people know that. Black people know if you start talking about some race, more than likely a white person is not going to jump in that conversation. Like, it's almost the race talk with a white person, a black person, a white person is the black person bullying that white person to not even say anything.
Right.
To not even respond. And the white person just like, all right. But then you get somebody like Shaun King, and this white man, all he says is white people is racist and we believe him. No, he don't even say that. I don't know what he be saying half of the time, man.
I don't really pay him no more attention at all.
No, he's a funny guy, man. But like I said, them half and halves, the Barack Obama's types who had to search for their blackness.
Why can't they search for their whiteness, though? Or is that too common?
It's not even the point of searching for any whiteness. It's the fact that in the realms of the identity politics, they make it's not even the fact that they make being black part of their identity. They take just that black oppression part to make part of their identity. And Barack will tell you, that's what when he was a community organizer, that's what he organized people around. And I say all the time, the race thing is the lowest common denominator for all of us. It's the lowest common denominator that we all can relate to one way or another, because you either relate to it by having people think other people are racist, or you are racist. I don't know. You're a white. You're from Alabama. You know any racists?
Not like, I don't know. Not like actual. Not like. I don't. What do you mean a racist?
But see, I don't even need to hear you say anymore, because from
I've never seen somebody burn a cross. I've never seen a cross being burnt.
If we go off the logic of, whether, like I call it hyper pro-blacks or white liberals, a white person should be able to answer that question without even thinking about it. Do you know any racists? Have you seen any racist stuff? And now you like what's racist? Like, give me a name. Proud Boys.
Stand back and stand by. I mean, sure, I've seen people that have rebel flags, but they're not labeled as anti-black flag or anything.
I've seen black people with that rebel flag.
I have too. Proudly.
Like older black people.
Yeah, me too.
Because, I mean,
it was in the newspaper. They had I don't know, this was like 20 years ago in Montgomery, Alabama. Something about maybe I don't remember the exact thing, but maybe the flag was on the government grounds at the time or something like that. And they had like a rally for the flag, and
Yeah.
a bunch of old black dudes out there waving the